the Second City Saint. He is the best in the world.
Some nostalgia from the Jordan-era Bulls, voiced by the iconic PA announcer, Ray Clay.
Logan Paul has been eliminated.
The man who gave birth to the vision. The man who was excommunicated from the vision. The man who has payback on the vision. Seth Rollins is back.
In 3, 2, 1, clap.
Huh? Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. That was just the first thing that came to my head. It was the first thing.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Good Wrestling Day! Welcome on back to the Top of Wrestling podcast. I never realized, fuck it. Never mind. Yo, have you ever realized all of a sudden I started doing this welcome on back? Like, welcome on back, yo.
Welcome on back, yo. Come on now.
I just,
back now, you heard?
I've been saying welcome on back, and I'm like, I like the good
No,
wrestling day,
but I'm not going to lie. I was going to cut you off just because I did the doc this week and stuff. Like, listen, I've been putting news in and I've been doing shit and adding lately just to help out.
I appreciate it.
But this week, since I did it, I was going to cut you off and just do it. And I was working it out in my head, and I was like, welcome on back. So, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, because I did it in my head when I was thinking about it.
Come
on back now, you hear?
I mean, or we just keep it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Hey-yo.
part of every week as it is. It is a part of the hey-yo. All right, fuck it. All right, here we go. Good Wrestling Day. Welcome on back to the Top of Wrestling podcast. I'm the Professor. He's ODM, and we are here to talk some wrestling and some. And we're glad that you guys are here, as you are on every...
Hey-o!
Fuck, I'm running with it. We're running with it. I don't know how. Jesus Christ. All right, yeah. So as you already know, apparently I didn't know if we should keep saying welcome on back, but we're here. Welcome on back to the Top of Wrestling podcast. Yeehaw. Hey-o. This dude went and got his, like, it looked like a cowboy hat you probably got. I would put money on at a carnival, but I'll let you speak in a moment.
It was,
oh, my God.
Yeah, it was my father.
Go ahead, ODM.
That's why. It's my father-in-law. My wife keeps it around as a memento. He's no longer with us, but it happened to be
great.
there.
Here I am shitting on it.
Oh, no, it's all good, buddy. I looked over and saw it. I said, there's no way I'm not grabbing this motherfucker.
Well, it's funny because you stood up. I'm like, you just going to give up? You're just not doing this? All right, let's go.
We're off the rails already. Outstanding.
Who would have thought 2 intros in the same intro?
I know,
like that.
Right?
Yeah, all right, so this week we got news, we got results, we got bring it to the table. We got that elimination chamber that happened up in Chicago at the United Center. 34 years, I believe it was, is the number they kept using. 34 years or something like that. 32, 33.
Yeah, 34. I don't even remember, yeah.
Oh, since the 1994 SummerSlam, which was kind of interesting to hear that WWE actually performed there before Jordan even did. Thought that was a cool little stat. We got Reliving the Monday Night Wars. Wow. You sent me pictures before I watched it. Then I watched it. Should have stayed at the pictures. And this movie this week that we talk about, we talked about it last week. It's the Albert Brooks, Brendan Fraser movie, The Scout. I gotta ask you, ODM, have we referenced this movie, or did we actually talk about this thing in full?
We've never talked about it in full. We've probably referenced it. Also, it's Brendan Fraser, not Fraser. Fraser.
It's Frazier. Yeah.
No,
whatever.
Fraser. There's no I. You remember they used to, back in the day with The Daily Show. I mean, I'm talking way back, maybe even before fucking Jon Stewart took over, because it was the guy that used to be on Sports Center. He was the douchebag boyfriend from Old School. He hosted it originally, The Daily Show. But what they used to do is when they had guests on, they would have them just cut like a promo for the show, and they'd play it as a commercial. And with Brendan Fraser, it was, "Hi, I'm Brendan Fraser, and you should watch The Daily Show." And he's like, "And it's Fraser, not Frazier. If you say Frazier, I will find you."
I actually do remember that exact bit. No lie, which is crazy. It's funny because I don't get the names right. Like it's like Margot. I call her Roby. It's like Robbie.
Yeah. Cayulia.
I call it Mark Ruffalo.
I think that's right.
I think it's Ruffalo, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, well he can go fuck right off then. That's lame.
Either way, I say the opposite of what it is. It doesn't matter either way.
Cody Rhodes.
So we'll be talking about the Scout. Let's talk a little bit about some wrestling here. Hey, you know what? It used to be ODM's News of the Week. It's our News of the
back!
Week. I'll share. Hey, you know what, though, ODM? You've been helping a brother out, okay? My mind has been so bogged down, I can't take in new information or even start anything new. So I was like, can you just do the work? I'm going to sit here like a brittle old man.
You're just acting like the former roadie for Motley Crue that almost married Stephanie McMahon.
This is only a test. The toe to the toe. All right, what do we got going on this week?
Toe to the toe. Go toe to toe. So, fuck, last week I think you're like, man, when are they finally going to put Demolition in? When are they going to put him in the Hall of Fame?
I actually was saying also with the game. I was like, I think it was with the video game.
That was what sparked it. Yes, that's what sparked it. Well, Taker is continuing his role as ambassador to the Hall of Fame, and on a Zoom call with Demolition, informed them that they will be going into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class, which is awesome because if you think about it via proxy, Repo Man is technically in the Hall of Fame now.
That's funny you say that. Someone I was talking to also brought up, does Crush go in by proxy? Demolition.
Oh, no.
But also,
he did.
He was more than just Repo Man. He was like the masked assailant. He had a bunch of things.
Of them,
so
yeah.
He was the Brutus Barber Beefcake of Demolition.
More talented, I would say, because he had more of a successful streak on the Indies in Minnesota and Gagne's territory.
Yeah, all right. Barber was just Hogan's friend, so I'll give you that.
Exactly.
It's funny because I did see. It is funny that Undertaker's continuing his streak. First it was Stephanie, then Styles, Demolition.
Fuck, he's fucking notified the entire class this year.
That's exactly, and it's funny to me that I'm like, is this what his role has been, delegated to? I've been seeing it. Apparently, he's been booker of the AAA shows, which is the most mind-boggling fucking thing to me. I'm like. I don't even want to know how he's booking it. He's like, all right, the guy in red, you, over. Anyway. But besides that, I did see the funniest thing. It was a tweet from James Ellsworth. He said, I have a scheduled Zoom meeting with Undertaker this Friday. Can't wait till I tell him I'm excited for good for him.
That's fucking awesome.
Happy for Demolition. Good shit.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. They were obviously meant to be Road Warriors light. That's obviously what they were meant to be.
Yeah.
But you can't sit here and tell me that as a kid that wasn't one of your favorite tag teams, if not your favorite.
See, I was introduced to Demolition before I was introduced to the Road Warriors. Now, I will say when the Legion of Doom came into WWF, I was familiar with the Road Warriors because I had started to see some of the stuff on TBS on Saturday nights, right? You start flipping over and you see them, you're like, oh, these guys are pretty big, all right. And they were, they were heavily pushed in commercials and shit too. But I was always hoping for a real showdown, the 2 versus the 2. I think Crush may have gotten involved in one of them, but also they had like Ultimate Warrior in there is like Demolition all Demolition versus Road Warriors and the Ultimate Warrior was like the best we ever would have gotten really for a full match. I would have liked to see the 2 go off at each other, and I was going to be a Demolition hopeful in that. That's the first one I liked. I like Demolition personally.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely.
Powers of Pain.
Powers of Pain. They could throw them in there, made it a triple threat. Absolutely.
That was honestly that was my favorite villain team when I was younger. Was Powers of Pain.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. Fun little side note: in Twins, Danny DeVito is like a waffling like agent / like does everything, and he has an office. And in his office, when the 2 goons come to get the money from, he's got the picture of the Road Warriors up on the wall with Paul Ellering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
It's almost like
so on to some really, really amazing talent.
Amazing talent. Through the ages, we have seen the sons of second generation, third generation wrestlers become stars. You got Cody Rhodes, got Randy Orton. You know what I mean?
Bret Hart, Owen Hart.
The Harts. I mean, the list goes on and on. We'll add another one. Because Brody Lee Jr. is going to face Jelly Nutella at Spring Break 10.
And this kid is, 14 right now at best, I believe?
Who the fuck knows? He's probably like 92 pounds, if that.
Well, and this is going to be the equivalence to me of...
Ric Flair wrestling at 82?
Well, no, I was actually going to say Kenny Omega versus the 9-year-old girl. Close enough.
Oh, yeah, close enough.
Except the problem is Brody Jr. probably has better training than Jelly Nutella does.
Yes, because... Yes.
Working with Cody, working with certain places. I think he was at the PC at one point, too.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. I mean, just because of his situation and the fact that he's young, he's probably getting actual training from some of the wrestlers. If nothing else, out of pity, right? So...
Well, he got face-to-face with Jelly this past weekend and cut a better promo than Nutella ever could. Oh, hit the button, fell down. Oh, this fucking chair. God damn it.
You're snapped together your Lego chair.
I accidentally hit one button and I just went down like 4 feet. But he cut a promo on Joey and sounded good. And then Joey ends up slapping him. This was close to Rochester, too. I believe this may have been in Connecticut or Rhode Island or something. It was kind of close to home here.
A couple states away.
Yeah, but I meant close enough to home where family was... That's why he was able to be there, but I also know certain people who are from the area that work with GCW or go to those events and actually went to it.
Okay.
One of the former hosts of the radio show actually did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
He was there. But then Joey not only slaps him, and the crowd, was like, "Oh shit!" Pile drives him, and again, Little Junior gave a better sell than most people I've seen in wrestling nowadays by anybody else.
Yeah, pile driver, you get right back up from these days.
You're supposed to. It's like a finger poke of doom.
Jesus. Well,
any other stupid indie shit?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just funny because a couple of weeks ago we were praising all the good indie shit that we were seeing, and now it's just gone fucking full circle. I don't even know where this was.
We were praising fun gimmicks.
Yeah. Yeah, right? I didn't write down the name of the promotion where this was done. This was in France somewhere. I know that. And some idiot, a woman, it was an intergender match, and the woman's name is Corey Zero. And they thought it would be a good idea to get up on the balcony and powerbomb her off the balcony into a bunch of people that would catch her. Well, they kind of caught her, but not well enough because she still ended up in the hospital. Apparently, she's going to be okay.
She still landed on her head.
Yeah, apparently she's going to be okay, nothing serious, and apparently she's going to go right back to wrestling. Good for you. And hey, don't at me because I don't know if it's a he, a she, a they, a them. Don't know, don't care. Dumb move. You're not Jelly Nutella. You're not Darby Allin. You're not Mick Foley. Knock it the fuck off.
You got $15 and a hot dog and a fuckload of exposure.
Yeah, there you go.
Good for you.
Yeah, you got $15 and 12 minutes of fame. Enjoy it.
Well, and a lot of the people I like to follow from Best of the West, Hood Slam, all those guys out there, that's their favorite thing to mock, is because there are promotions that really do offer that out there. Where they're
I'm sure.
$15, but there's going to be a good crowd there. A lot of people are going to see you. There's exposure and everybody but it's the same with music, man. They used to do the same thing with me. There's going to be a lot of people there, man. You're going to like it. You just go with this little cost that night. No. We're good. I know where my talent is. However, then you got people who are Corey Zero and be like, I promise I'm going to be really amazing, and then throw me off the balcony.
I'm sorry, folks. I had to.
Let me ask you, man, do you believe in this Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill Twitter beef? That also includes Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
And Piper Niven, yes, thank you. No, listen, I think like all good wrestling angles, feuds, storylines, I'm sure it's rooted in a little bit of truth, but they're amping it up. We've talked about this before. Kayfabe may be dead, but I don't think it's dead. It's just evolved because of social media. So they're just taking it to the next level. This is the new kayfabe, right? The marks are going to be like, oh my God, they really hate each other. They might, but they're doing business. They're doing business, and they're smart enough to know that. So
it's best, Charlotte and Tiffany last year with Kaiser being in the
now
DMs.
That one might have gotten a little off the rails, and maybe this one did too. Ultimately, it's a work shoot, right? More work.
I still think that was a work, because when you go back and watch Unreal, they're like, oh, well, we got to talk to Charlotte. She shouldn't have said that, or Tiffany shouldn't have gone off the script, blah, blah, blah. And like how they barely got upset about it. They're like, oh, well, we're going to have to talk to him about that.
Right.
I think it was a work last year. I think this is a work right now. However, I think if they were smart about it, I'm not sure if you're able to. I don't know shit about Twitter. I'm not sure if you can allow access for a secondary party to tweet on your behalf, like an agent, let's say. Right?
Oh, it happens all the time. The time.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I were WWE, I'd say to Rhea and Jade, please let us be a part of it, of your Twitters. We're going to beef up the storyline on the side, and we're going to say what we think is okay, right? You know what I mean? Like, how Chelsea and Piper get involved, I'm not sure. I'm saying, like, that would be the smart thing, is let them do it so the girls don't, go too far. But Chelsea already had to delete one of her tweets from what I've seen.
All right, I didn't see that, because the one that I saw was basically her just saying what a wonderful person Rhea is, and Cargill chimed in, and then Piper chimed in. I think that's the only thing I saw from Chelsea.
Okay. Either way, I do think it's a work thing. I don't believe too
mostly
deep into it that it's a shoot.
No.
If it was, how weird is it 2 years in a row, women's, and plus, hang on, Punk and Roman were bringing it up on Raw.
Right.
If I was worried about a tweet, it's just what the world is.
It's the new kayfabe.
Yep. Good call. Thank you. In Mexico this past weekend, John Morrison was in a hair versus hair match against Angel Del Oro and lost. And now he looks like his former tag partner, Joey Mercury, completely shaved bald. Hey, man. Look at it. He's had the same exact look for exactly like fucking 25 years. So you're fine, man. Do what you need to. You're good. You know what I mean? Like, I like that he was willing to do it. He's probably one of those people who's like, it was just time. I'm tired of taking care of the long hair and everything. But yeah, good for him for doing business. But my favorite moment of the week, dear God. At first I thought it was fake until I really watched the video, and then also saw it was a live stream with a radio show. Rock, I don't know, 107, some shit like that, is in Tucson, Arizona. And Darby Allin is doing a very early morning interview because I believe they're going to be in Arizona at some point coming up for an event, and they were like, he's got to do his promotional shit. Well, Darby, being the, I don't know, wealthy man that he is, I'm not sure why this one kills me. I don't get it. It just made me laugh. Darby was in the back of an Uber car doing this interview. And the Uber driver was like, man, can you, like, stop talking so loud on your phone? He was getting mad at him.
What, are you talking to your sponsor?
Well, there wasn't that at first. He goes, you're talking really loud on your phone. And he goes, it's real loud with what you're doing. He goes, I'm actually doing a radio interview right now. He goes, yeah, what are you talking to your sponsor? Bro, the funniest thing, because obviously Darby is straight edge, which is automatically hysterical, but still, calling someone out, like, what are you calling for your fucking AA sponsor, you drunk bitch? Like, and you're in the back of the Uber because you can't drive. Like, it was just, and looking at Darby, he does look like he is seconds away from becoming a homeless person.
Oh, yeah.
Dressing wise, I'm not just
homeless people can't afford those kind of tattoos, you know?
They did, and that's why they're homeless now.
Oh, hey,
that and the coke. But oh my god, it was great. And then this dude freaks the fuck out. I mean, like, hard, very hard.
Get out of my car! Get out of my car!
Like, I like watching these videos. I've told you this a million times. I like watching public freak out videos. This one had me dying, and it wasn't a random public freak out video on YouTube. This was someone I not know personally, but I know this person, and I'm watching them, and he was kicked out on the side of the highway. We're talking multiple lane roads, and he had to go down, and you could tell it was a highway because he had to go way down into the deep ditch, into the woods area to continue this fucking interview. First of all, good for you for continuing the interview. I think it's fantastic. I thought it was great when the radio guys were getting involved. They're like, sir, you're getting a 1 star.
Yeah.
Like, they were being a dick to him as well. Get out of my car.
Listen, I'm gonna piggyback off the last segment. Kayfabe, pal. They could have easily staged this. Easily. This is think about this. Think about this.
Who? Darby, AEW, or the radio station?
Yes. Think about it. Radio is dead, and radio is starting to try to adapt, right? Like a lot of radio shows.
If it shows up on AEW television, then Tony Khan was involved. I will say that. Please go on.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so radio shows that are trying to adapt, like a lot of like the one I listen to in the morning in Rochester, they call themselves a podcast now, and they basically are, because I don't think there's any other DJs at that radio station. They're DJs in different places, like the evening DJs in Seattle, right? So radio is dying a slow death here.
The
CMF,
the
break room, the break room.
Break room. That's it.
Right.
Yep.
They're in Rochester. They actually go into the studio, but dude, this is a radio bit. 100%, this is a radio bit. This is kayfabe, pal. I don't think this. I think this was staged.
Wow. Okay. All right. You got me a little intrigued. I didn't really look at it that way, but I can now. Interesting.
Just think on it. I'm just telling you.
Not saying you're wrong.
It's all in the game.
It's. Dun, 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 dun. AJ Styles has re-signed with WWE. Per
Styles
PW
ain't
Insider.
coming home.
I love that everybody was like, well, there was a chance of him going to TNA or AEW, so Hunter's like, we're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. I doubt that was the exact reason that they did that.
He probably wanted to legit not wrestle anymore.
He actually said that in one of his interviews.
His neck hurt. His neck's fucked up.
He's done. His body's done, which is one of the reasons that Shinsuke took down his post, because that actually talked about it. His neck was shot, and they're like, take that down. Hang on. He hasn't faced Gunther yet. Let's not talk about his neck.
Right. Yeah, dude. And it sounds like he's going to work with the younger talent and shit like that. That's awesome.
Sweet.
That's awesome. Dude, imagine being an up-and-coming wrestler and get to work with AJ Styles.
I think that he could work extremely well in NXT with Shawn Michaels. Both of their styles combined with their
two of the best
knowledge.
Wrestlers of all time. Listen, I have one. We've talked about 2K in it. In 2K, I think I have 24. I think is the one that I have. One of my creator wrestlers, the one I've been using recently, is a mashup of AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, maybe somebody else in there too, maybe a little bit of Kurt Angle, but it's basically a mix of those 4 wrestlers into my creator wrestler.
Yeah, no, you told me his name is Joe Rizzo. And he's maxed out at 99.
No, it's Ro Jizzo.
Roaches.
And the finisher is he fucking finishes in your face.
The same finisher, different name. TK's quick sniffs of the week. So MJF was trying to fight his way out of being in the Texas Death Match and
The double-sided coin.
and they made it official. And then AEW was like, "We're putting out a graphic." This seems like Tony Khan work. I really feel like
It is
his
a quick sniff.
It was a quick sniff and a quick text tweet. Instead of tagging Hangman Adam Page, he tagged, which I don't know how. I'm really still trying to figure it out unless Hangman Page
Stallion's a horse.
Right, exactly. But
Cowboys.
it's tagged for the pay-per-view graphic with a picture of MJF versus Hangman Page, but it's MJF versus Megan Thee Stallion. It's going to be a banger of a match.
You know, he's just probably creeping on her pictures.
Oh my God, the fact that he tagged her. Again, I can't find the court other than Stallion, but I'm pretty sure Hangman Page's thing is just Adam Hangman Page.
It
or
was
just
probably just his fucking history because he's probably creeping on her fucking booty pics, dude. I'm not even trying to play.
Oh God, and she's not even the one that had the I can bend it, I can lick it, that was
She's
Minaj.
the newer version of that.
Just
Yeah,
close.
what was that? We did that a while ago. Yeah, hey, good call, good pull. That's a callback.
Keep it up inside it. Uncle Dave's claims of the week. Kind of agree with him. I hate to do it, but I agree with Uncle Dave. He absolutely hates Mark Nash, which is the ring announcer, and I made fun of him for
Which one? Which company? TNA?
AEW. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, not AEW. No. I'm sorry, WWE. And I made fun of him because he was like, "This title match is for the WWE." Looks at cue card.
Yeah,
World Women's Championship, motherfucker. You had one thing to announce tonight.
I saw that. Yeah. Well, that goes back
That was
in
Rumble.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
hang on. Elimination Chamber. Javon Williams. And had other flubs. It's funny because I said to you guys, I go, it's just Justin Roberts 2.0. Me, you, and Lil Jon were messaging during the pay-per-view. And I was like, it's this guy, Mark Nash. And you're like, it's like we were just mocking it. It's just a Justin Roberts voice.
Yeah, he does everybody's trying to do the Gian Moxley.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they put so much emphasis on every syllable. It sounds like they're grunting, fucking trying to squeeze a plopper out.
For every turd you drop, you said the name right. That's how I do it.
Yep.
All right. Last week, NXT. Well, in results for everything, but in order, NXT. Zarya turned on Sol Ruka. Kind of saw it coming.
They've been teasing it. They've been teasing it.
Yep. And I don't even know how he heard the third count or the bell, but Miles Bourne defeated Ethan Page and won the North American Championship. And his family happened to be there at the Performance Center or the Full Sail, so that was kind of cool.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, hey, they're obviously pushing this guy for whatever reason. So Zarya turning on Sol Ruka makes sense. They don't need to be together because Sol Ruka's coming up to the main roster. Sounds like there might be a gimmick change in place for her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, everybody does. That's fine. I'm used to it.
Wow, someone's talking about their marriage over here too. Anyway,
she's included for sure.
So, I think Sol Ruka comes up after Mania. I think they're going to do a payoff match between these two at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what I think is happening. But let him at least have a feud, and it maybe builds up Zarya. Soul does not need to have a win leaving NXT. Nope. She's over as shit already on the main roster with what she did in the Rumble.
Yeah, and the same could be true for Ethan Page. You put her with Chelsea Green.
Jesus, right now I put him in as the Vision or something. Or actually, right now I disband the Vision completely.
Yeah, before anybody else dies.
It's a curse. No, I would love to see Ethan Page and Chelsea Green do some stuff on TV together. I think it'd be even better if somehow Matt Cardona was involved too.
Ooh.
Then they'll make it a fucking love storyline. Yeah, exactly. Never mind, I've seen that too much. Dynamite. Swerve said he had taken out the Elite, the EVPs, and he calls out Brody King. Later on in the night, Brody King says that he wants a match against Swerve at Revolution. One of the very few matches at Revolution I'm saying that I'm like, that's going to deliver. Brody King is a big hoss. He can go. I dig his work. Kind of a, I don't want to say Vader Stan Hansen, but it's the first kind of couple names that come to mind. Just a guy who can move pretty fast and still go. I love Swerve's work. So I think this could be a pretty good match. Gabe Kidd defeated Pockets. There's a missing poster for Roderick Strong.
Yeah, they had it. Yeah, they put it on the screen and handed out missing posters to the fans because Strong no-showed a tag match with Orange Cassidy a couple weeks ago, and he hasn't been back on TV since. So
now, if this is me, I'm gonna have everybody backstage going, Roderick.
That's a callback.
Adam. Yo, I was just thinking about next week we're doing wasted AEW talents. I was like, how much time you got, buddy?
Dude, I started thinking about it today. I had to shut my brain off. I'm like, I'm not ready to make this list because I'm going to have to thin it down from 50.
Nope. I already debated it. It's just top wasted AEW talents. I took out the number 20.
Oh, good.
Because there's too many, and it's ridiculous to go through.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa made her return, which is kind of good to see her. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen her in a while, and she has the title match next week against Thelka. Which is funny because now, if you look at Chris Statlander, she's just the background person to Thunder Rosa.
Dude,
just standing there mad in the background.
I told you, they're starting to, those quotes are starting to resurface. Or she went on another podcast and kept talking about it. She's like, I don't understand why they put the title on me. I was just like, was getting like reaffirmed and like I was just coming back into the mix and just kind of reinventing myself, and all of a sudden they fucking put the title on me. And now they put it on Thekla. So I'm almost wondering if they're just going to hotshot it again and put it on Thunder Rosa.
Should have been on Thunder Rosa a long time ago when it was her and Britt.
No shit.
Oh wait, did she end up winning it?
I don't think Rosa won it from Britt. I don't think she
never ended up actually winning that title. She won a big match against Britt, but I don't think it was for a title.
Yeah, we'd have to go back and check that. I'm sure we can review that when we review Wasted Talents.
Sure. We have plenty of time. Kyle Felcher. He doesn't have Goldie, but he's got Pinky.
Jesus Christ.
And he's got a title that is pink as well.
Pink, yeah. Pink's going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Jesus Christ.
That's a callback.
That was a horrible callback.
It was terrible.
Good, but horrible.
Good and terrible.
I've said this, man. Honestly, her backstage promos have been really good. Marina Shafir had another really, really good, just by herself promo backstage talking to Toni Storm. And it looks like they're heading towards a match at Revolution, but she's good, man. She is on the mic. Hang on. Wrestling in that company, she's actually one of the best women's wrestlers on their roster.
Ain't saying much.
All right, fine. That's like me saying that Schaefer's the best women wrestler on the roster. Anyway, there were a lot of multi-man tag matches that happened last week, but one of them was High Madness. They called it that. It was the Young Bucks, the Rascals, and Jungle Goat against FTR and The Demand, which is Gates of Agony and Bitchishay. In this match, we had wrestling. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. We had wheelchairs, vacuums, 5 stacked tables. This is basically anarchy in the arena, and I am putting money on it right now. As we speak, I'm waiting for it. Uncle Dave is going to give this motherfucker 5 stars.
I've already seen, you mentioned it basically being anarchy in the arena. That's what I saw everybody posting the day after.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, dude, this was anarchy in the arena. I'm like, great.
There was one part where they had the full vacuum cleaner. Jack Perry was hitting guys with it, and you could see the dust start to come out.
It was full. It was full of dust and
Yep.
like shit, yeah.
But they had a pre-cracked container, which is why the dust was already coming out.
Gimmick.
Because when he took it off and he cracked it over the heads of one of the Gates of Agony guys, it exploded and dust went everywhere.
Right.
I was like, but it was already given away with how much was being tossed out with him just moving it lightly.
Right, yeah.
Last week, they did have the new beginning for New Japan, and god damn it, technically my notes were right last week.
No, your notes were
NJ,
right.
I was like, apparently New Japan, but I just didn't want to put the PW in there.
I looked
Nope.
I looked it up online, and the first thing that came up was Osaka, and it said 26. So I think they actually, the billing for this was actually New Japan, New Beginning in America, or the U.S. or something like that. I think that's how they billed it. But yeah, no, you were actually right for once. That's refreshing.
So in Jersey, yeah. Bitchishe retained his national title against Tajiri Ishimori. Konosuke Takeshita defeated El Phantasmo, you're welcome, for his TV championship, and he's held that for the better part of the year. Mm-hmm. Kind of big. And Yoda Tsuji retained against Andrade Idilo for his IWGP World Championship. So
Kind of saw that
big
one
thing.
coming.
Takeshita won. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And David Finlay had his final match, and it was against Fred Rosser.
Yes.
Which you'll remember Fred Rosser was Darren Young.
Darren Young.
On WWE TV.
Last
from
thing
the
he did
NXT.
in WWE was teamed with Bob Backlund.
Yes. No Days Off, Darren Young, or whatever it was. I fucking loved it. It was a good gimmick.
Even did the chicken wing and everything.
Oh, man. SmackDown. Jey Uso was attacked. Presumed to be the Vision. Presumed. I'm sure we're going to get something out of this.
Pretty much was the Vision.
Obafemi crushes The Miz. Nia Gunn. I see what you did there.
Guns digging into my hip.
Oh my god, that's even funnier. I was just thinking of would you rather have the gun
Well,
or
yeah,
fuck
that's
Nia and
yeah,
gun, but now it's
exactly.
the gun digging in my hip, and that's even wow. Anyway, Nia, Jax, and Lash Legend. So Lash Jax.
They actually have a name, and I don't even remember what it
do
is.
they?
I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do. Yeah, I don't care.
The Fabulous Fat
They
Birds.
defeated Riho for the Women's Tag Team Championship. And I called it right before the Elimination Chamber began that day. I said, the reason they took the title off of her is they're probably going to have her win the Chamber so that she can go on and face Cargill.
Right. Yep.
And then Logan Paul defeated Jacob Fatu, who was taking, and the winner of this match was going to take Jey Uso's place in the Chamber. So here I was like, okay, now this works. You got Jacob Fatu's going to maybe win it, and that helps to get towards a triple threat. However, last week I called exactly what the win was. That Randy Orton would win the Elimination Chamber, and then we could still work in Fatu and Cody somehow. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Now, Logan Paul unmasks a guy, and it's like, oh, finally, wow, weird, the night before the Elimination Chamber, but let's do it. And it's Don Furio. God damn, I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, because you've never
Like
seen
forever.
him before.
Yeah, exactly my fucking point.
So actually, if I'm not mistaken from what I've seen, I actually think he is a student in Seth Rollins' wrestling
At his academy.
class. Yeah.
He is. Yep. And so was the other guy at the Elimination Chamber. We've already mentioned it. Let's go to the main event. It comes down to Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and a masked guy starts to come in the ring. But there's another guy coming up the backside of the chamber that not many people got to see. But the one they did catch, Adam Pearce comes out, rips his hat off. Just some blonde douchebag. Apparently, he works for Seth Rollins' wrestling studio
Don
as well. or
Furio
academy.
Part 2.
Exactly, the Furio brothers. But the distraction was perfect because then in comes the third mask guy, or a second mask, third, I don't know, eighth at this fucking point. And it was Seth Rollins. Multiple ways of looking at this. First, he took out Logan Paul. Then LA Knight, or no, I'm sorry, not LA Knight. Drew McIntyre comes in and beats Cody, and Randy gets the win. Noted for Seth Rollins, no blonde hair. Just straight black. And it was noticed again on Raw. It's no flashy shit. Look at it. If you go back to just going straight ass kicker, let's say WrestleMania 33 against Triple H, right? You come back, you're like this whole, remember that this called TakeOver, right? Like that whole fucking era. You go to that, I may be okay with Seth Rollins for a little bit right now.
The visionary. It's the visionary.
Problem
Rollins.
is his wife is a fucking heel.
Yeah, she's a twat, but they
Well,
mention it too open. You know what? A little side note here. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the year. We're gonna start keeping a masked man or woman counter. We've got to be at 6 or 7 already.
There was Becky Lynch. Then there was all of them.
Yeah, we don't got to do it now. Yeah, I'll go back.
But let's also go back to the beginning of your chamber. Rhea Ripley won the women's underwater elimination chamber match.
Yeah, there was that. Listen, we got the Alexa Bliss Rhea Ripley spot. That was something I didn't know I needed in my life.
So, and we were like, I was the first that wrote it, and I go, yo, that face off. You were like, did you see that Tatanka sign? Which we'll get there in a second. But apparently they did it in 2022 with each other where they had a face off like that. And they showed it, and I've seen the side by side of them, and I go, ho. And you and I were like, I will never forget again.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag never forget.
I don't think that's what it's for, but I like it.
But hey, we're going to use it and taking it back.
This match proved to me several things. First, Raquel, I think could have and should have won it. Mm-hmm. I understand the direction. You have to have some star power heading to WrestleMania for these matches. But Raquel was the fucking boss of all the chamber matches.
The double elimination.
Logan Paul picked up some random bullshit on some stuff. She actually eliminated people and did the double elimination, kind of Roman Reigns style to Punk, or not Punk, to Daniel Bryan and Edge at WrestleMania. How he did laid them both over. And the best part about her, she even showed us her nipple at some point, as well as did what's this
Kiana James, Sugar Tits, Part 2. Yeah.
God bless her. So anyway, it's funny how many times I've seen women's clothing get caught up in each other because they all have this stupid dangly shit. You got dangly earrings, a whole box full of them. They have so much dangly shit, and everybody's getting caught on it in pins and stuff like that. I'm like, but then I'm looking at Raquel Rodriguez. I'm like, look at that, just straight clothing, man. Just go with it. Then the fully still came out anyway. If anything I got out of this match, Tiffany Stratton sucks.
She's terrible.
She botched more than anybody in this match.
I
don't want to use the word botch all the time, but she was bad.
I've said it from day one. Never been a big fan. One, she looks plasticky as hell. She looks like a legit Barbie doll. She looks like she's made out of plastic. Not a fan. Not a fan. And her wrestling sucks. She's a shitty wrestler.
And she was wearing Ben Stiller's hair gel during the middle of the fucking match.
Yeah, she came out with that weird, like, that hair, like, she had kind of like in a bun, you know, and she had some hair sticking out. But it was spiky as fuck, man. It literally looked like from There's Something About Mary.
Was it you or Lil Jon that brought that up?
That was me.
Okay. That was oh, god damn it, I hit the button again. I fell. Anyway, I actually said, I go, all the notes I'm going to need from Elimination Chamber, I'm just going to have to relook at this thread, because we were just bashing the fuck out of everything together.
Oh, it was
a fun night. Mm-hmm. AJ defeated AJ Lee, not Styles, because that's what fucking Michael Cole called her. AJ Lee defeated Becky for the Intercontinental Championship. And it's funny because Lil Jon goes, never really cared for her. And I was like, yo, she was the best wrestler in an era full of divas.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the match, he goes, hang on, maybe I don't remember her matches, or whatever, or however he said it. And he's like, hang on, because That was one of the better Becky Lynch matches I have seen in I can't tell you how long. Like, probably since WrestleMania 35 when she won the championship. And even that had a bunch of fucking mess-ups.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Including the pin.
After the Elimination Chamber for the women's, the opening match, I was like, oh, well, fucking, here's your bathroom break. I'm like, this match is going to suck. This match was not bad.
No, crowd was into it, man. They were they did very well playing off of AJ's ring rust.
Yes.
Calling it ring rust or whatever. Even if she missed a little something, you called it ring rust.
There were a couple spots. The finish, too. There was a spot. Somebody was in the wrong position for the finish, and that got delayed a second. What I'm curious about is this. Is this them transitioning Jessica Carr into becoming a wrestler? It definitely seems like it.
It's funny because Punk is a really good fan and friend of Jessica Carr, AJ in this match, and all that stuff. I'm like, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked she becomes a wrestler soon.
And she's already wrestled.
I'd rather her before Aubrey.
She's already wrestled like dark matches and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
They put her in a mat. Calix, I believe, is her name, and she wore a mask.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
In the Evolve thing, she was wearing a mask.
Was it Evolve? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I forget what it was, but yeah.
Like I said, better than Aubrey Edwards, man. Her horsing around would get people. Man. Finn Balor comes out. I like that his song, it's back. It's back to
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Everyone was loving it. They thought they were bringing it back just for Ireland, and he admitted that the WWE is so happy with it, they wanted to keep it permanently, which is huge. But it's also a sign that we think he's going to be turning face soon, and you can tell, especially after this match.
After the match, yeah. It bums me out because it seemed like they were going to have him go hardcore heel, which I was looking forward to, but all right, fuck it. You want to get, I mean, he's already over either way, so, you know, he's good either way. So I was looking forward to
good wrestling
heel.
match.
Yeah.
I think it was my favorite part, yes and no, favorite part was Finn Balor going for a stomp off the top rope and Punk countering it and putting it into a sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter?
Sharpshooter. But the problem is Punk couldn't get his left knee up.
I saw.
He was trying to pull it up with the weight of Balor and himself, and it was like dragging his ass. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
The hold did not look good. The hold did not look good. You could tell Punk was struggling just to make it look good. It didn't work out very well.
Would have been a good spot if he had gotten it perfectly. But yeah, Punk wins the match. But dude, the Chicago Bulls entrance. Now, I'm a very big Chicago Bulls fan. Were you familiar of it as soon as it began?
I knew exactly what it was, dude. I'm a Knicks fan. I hate the fucking Bulls, so I'm all too familiar with that fucking music.
Well, and it's funny because I've seen so many videos of live reactions, people who do their live podcast reactions or whatever,
and they did the same announcer.
It was the exact same announcer, which was even better. But it was video podcast reserved for wrestling. You'd see their video, and then you see the Punk thing, and you hear the boom. They're like, what is this? And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean, what is this? I'm like, this is the greatest entrance of all time. My wife was there, and I had this shit cranked. I usually don't have the TV any louder than 30. It doesn't need to be. This motherfucker was peaked at 45. Not peaked, it goes way higher than that, but I had it at 45. Right. And as soon as I heard the, and now, I go, motherfucker, dude, they got him.
Again, even as somebody who hated the Bulls, because it's from that era where my team was good and it was always the Bulls that stopped them, or the Pacers. But I fucking popped. I popped for it, dude.
I had straight goosebumps. I'm not going to lie. It had to be the rock and pointing, but it was awesome.
The only thing that was missing was the lasers in the arena.
Yes.
That was the only thing that was missing.
If they had a Punk logo in the middle of the fucking mat that was spinning around that looked like the Chicago Bulls logo, I probably would have had tears. You're right. But did you notice the banners that dropped above the center Titantron? They were all the different championships he's won. Yes. One was a regular world heavyweight. One was the John Cena spinner looking title. I go, oh my god.
I did see that. That was good. Now, Pitt, before we talk about the match anymore or move on, whatever we're going to do.
Don't even need to talk about the match. The intro was the shit.
Yeah, right? I didn't put it in the chat, I don't think. I loved Punk's gear because it was Chicago Blackhawks. It was
It was.
fucking
He
dope.
did have a Blackhawks logo on his fucking trunks.
on his junk. It was awesome.
I hold hockey straight to my heart and my dick.
Hey,
It's funny. That'll be my bring it to the table. Anyway, and then
Oh no.
funny thing is that I go, oh, well, we're about to get into the men's chamber match. I bet you I have time. And I go, I have time. And then I go, hang on. Ooh, it's the box. So maybe I
What's
won't
in
bother.
the box?
All right, let's rewind. About 5 hours before this show began, Lil Jon, yourself, and I are all messaging with each other, and I go, yo, after last night's masked reveal of whoever the fuck that guy was, I already lost his name since we moved
Don
on from
Furio?
the notes. Area, yep. I go, I have zero hopes for this box. I go, it's going to be Danhausen. Yo, first, as soon as I saw how it was backed up against the entranceway, I go, oh, there's going to be 1,000 Danhausens. And I had a fucking feeling with how it was. And what sucks is he wasn't really known. Was pretty much booed immediately. When the lights went out, it's even worse. I'm sure you've seen some videos online. Like when
They
it
all
goes completely
scurry
pitch
under
black.
the ring.
Yeah, the whole crowd's like, boo, fuck this. Like, that's what was in the box. It sucked, man. This was the gobbledygooker meets the Shockmaster. I even saw a picture of Danhausen going through
Coming
the
out
wall.
of the egg.
Shockmaster did.
Or coming out of the egg.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off because I had little to no expectations. I knew it was going to be
I should have
Danhausen.
went and smoked. I knew I should have.
You had the goth dancers, which I loved, especially the one that I believe is Danhausen's wife.
Yep, the
was
lead dancer.
the thickest one, which was my favorite. She
And
is a burlesque.
Munsters theme.
The
It's-
Munster.
It wasn't
style
really the
theme.
Munsters, but goddamn,
It was
close enough.
But his wife was not only the lead dancer, she's also an actual burlesque dancer and choreographer. And she choreographed that dance that they did when they came in. Listen, it was terrible.
Both very, very nice and very, very evil.
Very nice and very evil. It was good and terrible because I knew what it was. I knew it was going to be terrible. I was high as balls. Kayfabe pal, laughed my ass off. It was worth every. And on Raw, they followed it up perfectly. I know it's terrible. I know it's terrible. I know it's not what we need. I know it's not why we tune in. I make fun of everything else that falls in that category. I don't care. I loved it like I'd love a bad movie. It was just as good as Sharknado 4.
I think that this. Look at man, we're not going to have our truth forever. We need a Danhausen. We
They
need a
should tag team
character
together.
that makes us laugh. And look at it's kind of in there for the notes. I'll just bring it up right now, man. His meeting with Adam Pearce. First, he calls him Stone Cold
Stone
Pierce.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then he goes, it's Adam Pearce. He goes, ah, yes, with the glasses. I get it.
Disguise.
And then he has his Danhausen demands. I want to be in the Hall of Fame, inducted this year. I want to have a cameraman follow me around everywhere. Like, and I want the picture where Triple H points at me. And then he goes, where is this list of demands? And he goes, it fell in the toilet. And then he just drops it. I was like, all right, we're there. We're gold. We're there. Look at everybody hated. Everybody was waiting for who's the fucking Funkadactyl guy?
Brodus Clay.
Brodus Clay. He's Tyrus now, but Brodus Clay was supposed to be a big monster, right? He was in the corner of Hager and Del Rio and all those guys, and then came out as a fucking Funkadactyl. Adam Rose with the Rosebuds. You have certain things that could work and don't work.
Fashion Police.
I really do believe Danhausen can stick on and stick out there and do well. People have to give him a shot. They really just have to give it a shot.
Put him in AAA with Mr. Iguana. Put him in NXT with somebody down there. Dude, just have him bounce around.
Pop up everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine with it. Pepper it in. R-Truth. I think him and R-Truth, if you just do weekly backstage segments with them together, I'm in.
I've seen one, and I'm like, they probably won't use it. They probably could because they own the rights to the WCW footage. But he's not. He's really a part of an AEW roster kind of person.
Oh, okay.
It's Sting.
Oh, Sting, yeah. What did they say?
He goes,
No.
oh, shit, it's Sting.
Those are the memes I've been seeing where it's R-Truth being like, oh, what's up, Sting?
I think it'd be fantastic, but I'm not sure if they would do it or not. But
yeah, I don't know. I would think so.
So, yeah, and obviously, we already talked about the main event, but, hey, one guy took 3 signs of the night, man. You can't even have sign of the night. He had 3 signs of the night.
It
was Asian dude, and they were bright-colored signs. Smart guy.
Right at the top of the ramp.
Well, not the top of the ramp, but like midway in the ramp. But he was in the center, like or right against the railing, where he was able to get seen every time. 3 of the best signs. First one, I was stuck in traffic. What happened between Lex Luger and Tatanka? So I was like, when was that match? And I go, SummerSlam 94 in the same United Center Arena. I go, well, this guy did his fucking his work. Later on, climbed the cage the way Bulldog did at SummerSlam 94. I had to go back and rewatch it. I was like, well, how did he do it? And he does it kind of funny where his ass is like, he's trying to climb it, but his ass is like way out. Like he's not climbing like a regular person. His ass is like way out and he's like weirdly like away from the cage. Just kind of funny. And then, like, I thought the Luger Tatanka one was my favorite until Becky cheered for Fake Taker.
Outstanding.
So all 3 of these had to do with SummerSlam 94.
Mm-hmm. Props to that person.
I want to meet that dude and shake his hand. Smart signage.
He had more, too. He had a couple others. They weren't as funny as the other ones, but yeah, they all
not as good as
SummerSlam 94. Yeah, no, whoever did that, props to you, good man. Well done.
And I got to say, man, everybody's like, oh, LA Knight botched his top rope move that he does. Yeah, so did Baylor. That corner in particular was slippery to everybody that night, man. And I can't say because that's also one of the corners that Tiffany Stratton fucked up on, too. I'm not sure if there was just like a weird humidity in that corner or something, but it wasn't just one person.
Right.
On Raw, the Vision, they're obviously complaining that Rollins interfering in the chamber. We get multiple masked men that come out, and it allows for a perfect distraction so that Rollins was able to hit a chair shot on Paul Heyman and then a curb stomp.
Dude, this opening was straight out of the Attitude Era. It was outstanding.
What's crazy is just about a year ago, do you remember Rollins went to go do a curb stomp to Paul Heyman and stomped only on the mat?
Yep, and said, you owe me now.
Almost a year later to the difference on that, which is kind of crazy. Like I was like, okay, all right, that's cool. Paul Heyman is bleeding in the ambulance from the nose from that curb stomp. Jim Uso takes out Austin Theory, and then he turns back towards the ambulance driver, and it's LA Knight, and he goes, yeah, we're going to take care of him. And you're right, Attitude Era-ish, man. That's Austin taking away Vince in the back of the fucking the ambulance. It was perfect. I did it again, this fucking chair. It's just my foot, man.
This segment brought to you by Lego Chair. # definitely not a sponsor.
You're going down. Gunther defeated Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee was actually unmasked during a sleeper, but it's funny because he had just enough paint around his eyes.
Yeah, they did as good of a job as they could have because Gunther got him in the sleeper, ripped off the mask, and live you only saw his face for a split second, and he rolled over and covered his face with the sleeper, and then they put a towel over him. But everybody's taking the screenshot; you can see him, So
it's 2026. Yeah, if you're gonna unmask someone, someone's being seen.
Right.
It is funny though because I'm sure you've seen where Dragon Lee asked CM Punk, "Hey man, could you take a picture of me on Undertaker's motorcycle?" And he does. And then you see Gunther putting him to sleep, And then there's a meme of Undertaker going, "Yeah, don't sit on my motorcycle."
If you know anything from history, it is do not touch Taker's bike.
Rusev and Obafemi have another teaser with a match, so that's going to be obviously happening soon. Jim Uso and Austin Theory ends up in a DQ from Logan Paul, and Mr. Yeet made the save. So he couldn't be at the pay-per-view 2 days ago, but he could be on Raw just to make a save.
Yeah, and he came out on crutches, but then he used the crutches as weapons, and he was perfectly fine, so hooray. So I was watching Raw live last night. I had a very nice Monday night, some chicken nuggets, just chilled out and just watched the show. It was a very nice chill Monday night. And when I saw the lineup, I was like, man, I feel like I should put. I was gonna text you. I was gonna message you and be like, bro, like this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen tonight. And then I was gonna just put it on the drive in a document. So you could see when I put it up there, the timestamp. The timestamp.
You're like, I'm getting this shit notarized.
Dude, don't terrorize. Notarize. So, I was going to do it, but I don't care because I'm happy with it. So you talked about how earlier about how Danhausen met Adam Pearce. After Adam Pearce walks off, the Judgment Day comes in. He's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Dom, Finn?" And JD's like, "I hate this guy already." Which was fucking great.
It's so fucking good. I hate this guy already.
And then Dom's like, dude, because he Danhausen went to touch one of the titles, and Dom's like, dude, get the fuck away from here. He's like, dude, you better leave before something bad happens to you. And Danhausen does, he leans back, he's like, you are cursed.
Doing the bow and arrow.
And now here's the thing. The crowd, you could hear the smart marks. Because the smart marks, you could hear them say it along with them. But it was a very small amount of people. It wasn't a lot of people.
It'll build.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to take over from here. So the thing that I'm referencing was it was Penta versus Dom for the IC title, which is what happened right after that segment. And I'm like, holy fuck, they're going to do it. I'm like, it's the perfect time because we have always talked about loving the TV title. Always defended, changes hands on TV shows. The IC title is the closest thing we have to that, maybe the US title. And Dom hasn't defended it in forever.
Well, he was injured, but yes.
Yeah, but what a perfect opportunity. Dom's doing good shit in AAA. He's the champ there. He doesn't need the IC title. Penta, he is over as fuck. Put the IC title, and they fucking did it. So Danhausen is now 1-0 in curses in WWE.
Yep. And he could have retained had Finn Balor let JD help. So we're gonna get Dom and Balor in a one-on-one singles, and I'm glad it doesn't have to be for a title. Don't get Penta involved. Don't make it for Intercontinental. Just one-on-one.
Absolutely. So Finn and JD were sitting at ringside, and beforehand, Finn's like, "Hey man, you gotta do this on your own, but I'll be there for you. Dom tells them, "Get me the ring bell hammer." So JD gets up, he gets it, he's about to give it to him, and Finn stops him and goes, "No, he said he wanted to do it on his own. You can't help him." Penta hits him with the splash, goes in. Yep. Dom sets up for a 619. Penta reverses. Mexican Destroyer wins. The pop was great. The moment was great. I was fucking ecstatic. I am so happy. I love Penta. It's the IC title. He doesn't have to hold it a long time, but it's well-deserved.
And everybody, all the guys are going to WWE are being wasted. Okay, maybe Miro is not on the biggest winning streak, okay? But Damian Priest, been facing Randy Orton. Penta, IC champion. Ethan Page has been the
North American Championship coming up to the main roster soon.
Same thing.
I thought about you last night, or Kayfabe Pal, when I was watching Raw. Because you talk about that a lot. Motherfucker, who cares how many titles he wins? He is on Netflix every week, and he is over as fuck.
And I think he debuted just a year and some change ago, like a month at best. Like it was just after the beginning of the new year last year. And I think this is a good, hey man, good job, kid. You're doing all right. Here's a championship for a while. All for it.
Absolutely.
Who knows who he faces at WrestleMania? Either way, all for it. Very happy. I will say, before we get into the very final segment, another match I saw that's being tossed around as a one-on-one with no title, kind of like a Dom and Finn, would be Trick Williams and Sami Zayn. That I'm okay with. I actually like the idea. We don't have to have every match be so fucking huge and blah, blah, blah. Just some fucking singles matches. And that gives Trick a WrestleMania match. And whether Sammy wins or not is irrelevant at that point.
Yeah, I like Trick and Javon. Oh, by the way, the Elimination Chamber. Did you see the picture? It's like, I like to see my people beating up on Whitey. And it's Cody, Trick, and Javon beating
Actually, that was Raheem, Trick, and Javon. That was fantastic.
But I like that Javon and Trick came up at the same time, because Javon is your fun, flippy do, spot monkey, bad word, take it back.
I know what you mean, though.
No, but
he's the person that does a lot of the spots.
He's the athletic guy who's going to do shit that impresses you. But Trick can be something, man. Trick is over as fuck, and dude, that guy is destined for some big shit. He could be a world champion.
I don't want to say he has the charisma of Rock, but man, he could. He's good on the mic. He could keep
my lemon
going,
pepper
and he's
steppers.
young.
My lemon pepper steppers.
I think he could, man. So now let's just talk about the final segment that we're talking about. That is
boy,
CM Punk, Roman Reigns throwing shots. Take it away, man. I'll let you run with this one if you want.
It was great because they teased it as Roman's going to come out and speak to the crowd. So obviously he's your main event. Roman comes out. He gets on, wherever we are, acknowledge me. Down. Like right after that, Punk's music hits. I'm like, perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Punk comes out. They do their promos. I have 3 lines written down from this.
Okay.
Punk. They're just trading shots, and Punk goes, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I am tired. It's a good thing I got these bags under my eyes, because I have to carry your bullshit for the next 7 weeks until Mania.
Yeah. And right before that, in that line, right before that is when he says, that's what you came out here to say? You might as well tweeted that for them to pay all this money for you to come here and say just that. And I was like, cool, call out the fact that he only is around so often. It costs a lot of money for his ass to come here.
And Reigns had tweeted something like, oh, well, that was an underwhelming title match. At least now we can get to the relevant shit. Yep. Basically, it was Roman calling out that nobody cared about Punk versus Balor and that Roman's the draw. And they referenced that tweet. And then Roman, Roman did a line that I didn't think it made the crowd pop. I didn't think it was that good. He said something about, he's like, you're the fucking poster boy for the 30-year-old virgins still living with their parents.
Haha, guess what? I live with my wife, and I've had sex.
Yeah, and you're 40. So, but my favorite line from Roman was, I'm going to put you on a Cena retirement tour. Yeah, I'm going to retire you. You're going to go to NXT. You're going to work with the young ones. And then, you know what? You're going to teach them, and then you're going to send them up here and feed them to me. Dude, I thought that was fucking solid.
Yep.
That was solid. And Roman just goes on this thing, and he's about to leave. Punk grabs him, spins him around. He's like, nah. You said a bunch of shit, and we're going to deal with it. He's like, you're going to retire me? You're going to retire me? Well, guess what? Now I'm going to bury you. And guess what? You're not going to be alone, because I'm going to bury you next to your dad. And fucking leaves. And Roman did a great job of selling, because he had that initial face of like, wait, what did he just say? And then by the time it hit him,
Punk was gone.
That's when Roman's like, you motherfucker. Dude. Punk kind of scurried. Punk kind of scurried down the ramp like, I'm getting away from this guy. It was solid,
It was the equivalent of Bill Pillman doing the I respect you, Booker Man, and running out of the ring as quick as possible.
Yes.
But also, I saw a great picture today of Punk and Christian in AEW, and it says, these two motherfuckers don't worry about talking about your dead dad.
So the other thing is, too, right before he hit that line, before he walked out, he goes, guess what, Roman? You just made the list.
Yeah.
I don't care if that was on purpose or not. Loved it.
It could be a small little thing. I liked it. I got to give, not credit, I don't even know what I want to call this. I got to give a little shout out to Buster. Did you ever not realize you have a doppelganger out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Buster found something funny. And it was like, look at this picture. It was a picture of a guy, and it looked like Bart Simpson at the chalkboard, right? With something written on it. Except the head on the person I thought it was me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, who is fucking with me?
Yeah.
And it says on that chalkboard, if you can afford a replica title, you can afford deodorant. Hell yeah. Funny shit. And I zoom in, I go, well, it's not me. But fuck me, does that look really close to me right there, man? Oh my God. And I think Buster ended up finding it. This guy, I'm not going to give his real name, but he is known as the pro wrestling hipster. Listen here, you patchouli-smelling, crystal-licking, cocksucker motherfucker. Don't take my goddamn gimmick. The bandana, the hair, the glasses, the beard, everything. Like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I saw this and I was like, are you shitting me?
You're his CM Punk.
Oh, wow. And I used to like to base myself on being a hippie. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But he's known as the hipster. Oh, a wrestling hipster. Fuck him.
Cease and desist.
Oh, cease and desist part duh. All right, man, let's go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
Yeah. I kind of hinted.
I know exactly what you're going to say, too. You teased it earlier. I know exactly where you're going with this. My
It took you
sister-in-law
1
watches
second,
this
too.
show. My sister-in-law watches this show, I think.
Okay. So you've heard of this. All right, my wife watched it.
Oh, that
And it
makes
was,
sense.
Yeah, well, my wife, every fucking lady out there is like, woo!
It's a chick
and
show,
they're all
that's for
starting to
sure.
realize they're a gay man deep down inside. That's not even a joke. So it's on HBO Max, and my wife was like, "You need to watch this." And that boy's wife and her had been messaging about it nonstop. Again, I got no problem with that boy's wife. We still fucking joke around and shit.
Oh, yeah, no, I had no problem with that boy's wife. Not at all.
And she messaged me, and she's like, Mark, I really think you should give that show a try. So it's called Heated Rivalry, as I'm sure you've heard. And it's about hockey players. I'm like, you put the cowboy hat back on. No. I didn't say this is Brokeback Mountain. Now, storyline-wise, it is about two hockey players who end up being really attracted to each other and fucking. But here's the deal, man. We all know in a lot of misogynistic sports, we'll say out there, it's hard to come out. You know what I mean? There's very few players that are out there that are saying, like, I'm gay. Like, we had, like 1-2 football players ever. I mean, like...
Yeah, one of the Bosas, not Joey Bosa, the other one.
Right. I think Magic Johnson, just because the report came out. I don't know if he was or wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, my point is that it's very few that people are going to come out and say that they're gay.
Right.
So this show is 6 episodes, and it follows along this couple who only meet like twice a year, either in a playoff.
They're like
matchup
two
or some
hockey
shit.
prospects that are like the two biggest hockey players in the world, and they're fucking each other.
Yeah. And take out the gratuitous, I mean, really, really, really. I even like at one point, I threw my glass on the ground. I go, oops, I can't see anything. And my wife was like, stop it. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, it's a little too much. And it's not that I'm like, I'm not a homophobe. I just don't like watching.
You just don't
that
like
phone.
gays.
I don't like watching gay sexophobe. Or that's what I have. That's my aphobe. No. But the more we started watching this show, we started to realize my wife is actually just a gay Russian hockey player.
Oh, one of them's Russian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The funniest part, though, he's not in real life.
Oh.
Did a real good job with his accent. It was funny because after watching only 6 episodes, I'm walking our house. I'm like, it's good. It's good.
It's good.
But overall, it was not that bad a show. It was fucking gay, yeah. But the lead guy did the hosting of Saturday Night Live this past week.
Oh.
And crushed it. I mean, like, he was better than most of the cast.
Well, the
good
cat
shit.
sucks these days anyway, so.
Exactly. But it was still pretty fucking good. I liked the show. I just didn't know if you had heard of this show because I'm pretty sure it's fucking out there, right?
Yeah.
Not Mrs. ODM?
No.
Does she like Orange is the New Black?
I don't believe so. No, she's an interesting one, Mrs. ODM. She likes a lot of like cerebral stuff, and yeah, she doesn't go for like your traditional sitcom shit. That's not really, other than Golden Girls, and everybody loves.
So she's
Raymond.
like all S&M.
Yeah, pretty much. You see the welts on my back?
She doesn't call me Jesus for nothing. Anyway, what are you bringing to the table
Jesus,
this week?
I like him
Jesus.
very much.
I like him very much. Tell me you can't hit a curveball.
All right, enough before we start a holy war. Oh, too late. Nice. All right, so I just have a couple pop culture moments. One you may know about. You may know about both of them, but one I don't really have a lot of reference, but one I do. And actually a follow-up since I put it on the doc, which is great. Did you see the shit about Jim Carrey at that movie award show or whatever he was at?
Like, is he fake or not?
Yeah, so Jim Carrey was at some award show lately, and he looked terrible. He looked terrible.
Real terrible. And I just did something in the air, and I don't know if you understand this.
No.
But there's a lot of people who are like going in theory about like his voice sounded different, things like that.
So it has
Jim
been coming
Carrey
out.
always signs with a left-handed signature, but this night was signing with a right hand.
So basically, there's some makeup artists, and there's videos out there too of apparently this guy prepping for it. So apparently, some guy just like made a Jim Carrey mask and went to this award show as Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's PR team is saying it's absolute bullshit. I just found it interesting. I don't have a camp in this. I really don't care. It definitely sounds like something Jim Carrey would do. Jim Carrey definitely seems to be getting into that Andy Kaufman camp.
The Kaufman, oh my God.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Tony
that
Clifton
shit too. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, I mean, I don't know what it was. It was hilarious either way. But I sent you a video yesterday. Kayfabe pal again. I sent you a video the other day. I'm terrible at this. This show sucks. And it was a clip from Krusty the Clown in The Simpsons.
Yes.
Where, because he has Krusty Burger, right? Krusty Burger, that's the restaurant. And it's him. He's like, oh, we've got this new promo for the Olympics. You scratch off an event, and if America wins the gold in that event, you get a free burger. And he takes a bite of it, and then they go cut, and he spits it out. He's like, oh, I swallowed some of the juice. And he grabs like a flask of whiskey from somebody and fucking chugs it. Fucking hilarious, right? Well, fucking The Simpsons did it first again, because have you seen the video of the CEO from McDonald's?
Yes, I did. Oh my God.
This asshole gets on. He's like, we've got our new burger. It's the McEat Yourself. I don't remember what it's called, but they've got this new burger that they've been doing in like foreign countries. I know, right? And he's got
really
it in
called
his...
the McEat
No,
Yourself?
no. The McArch or something like that, I think it's called. But it's got like, a sesame seed and a poppy seed bun. It's basically like a Big Mac is almost what it is. And he's like, yeah, so he's like, this is what I'm having for lunch. And he's got the tray, it's got the fries, it's got the drink, and he's got the sandwich. And he takes a bite of it, and his initial face is like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm eating this. He's like, look at this big bite I took. He barely took a chunk out of the bun. He barely took a bite out of this fucking thing. It is goddamn hilarious. That's all I thought of when I saw it. It was like Krusty spitting it out after they hit cut. He's like, oh, I accidentally swallowed some of the juice. And the best part is he never takes another bite. He's like, well, I'm going to finish this on the rest of my lunch. Good night, folks. They never show it.
Hey, kids! Summer's just around the corner, and Krusty Burger is the official meat-flavored sandwich of the 1984 Olympics. Coochie coochie coo.
Krusty funny.
Duh.
It's all part of our Krusty Burger Olympic sweepstakes. Just scratch off the name of the Olympic event on your game card, and if America wins a gold medal, you win a free Krusty Burger.
And cut.
Blah! I almost swallowed some of the juice. I'll be tasting that for weeks.
Great spot, Casey.
Put a sock in it, Preppy. How much are these free burgers gonna cost me?
Not to worry, Mr. K. We've rigged the cards. They're all in events that communists never lose.
I like.
This just came over the wires, Big K.
Uh-huh. Soviet boycott. U.S. unopposed in most events. How does this affect our giveaway?
Let's see. You personally stand to lose $44 million.
Aye.
Oh, Doctor, we are seconds away from the 100-meter butterfly. And with the East German women shaving their backs 9,000 miles away, the Americans are heavy favorites.
Patience, my pet.
And the Americans jump out to an early lead.
Although we should point out that many of the other women represent countries that don't have swimming pools.
Boo-hoo, you're breaking my heart.
Homie, I think the baby's coming.
Wow, a baby and a free burger. Could this be the best day of my life?
Coming up next, an hour-long episode of Mama's Family.
Yes.
What would you have done if that guy pulled a flask out?
The best. Oh my God, it'd be great. I hope there's an outtake somewhere of it. I hope somebody was still filming. The best part is today, the CEO of Burger King was in a kitchen with their professional R&D cook staff or whatever, and he had the fucking apron on, says flame grilled since 1957, and they give him a Whopper. He puts half his mouth around that fucker and takes a bite out of it. I was like, yeah, dude, McDonald's, dude, you're doing damage control now because you just you made your CEO look like a fucking clown, which he looked like before he fucking took a nibble out of that thing. But now Burger King CEO is like, fuck that, I love my burgers. Oh my God, it's absolutely fucking hilarious.
I wish he had turned after, be like the Gus Fring, be like, that is acceptable. Oh, that's amazing. Is that the end of your bringing to the table, by the way?
That's all I got. Let's hit the bumper. I got to rip a piss, and let's get to the wars.
Monday Night Wars! I came back to let you know. Got the Monday Night Wars. And we can't let go. Sorry, that song's been in my head. It is the Monday Night Wars, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about March 5th, 2001. Final 3 weeks of Monday Nitro. It's funny to really call it the final weeks of Monday Nitro because I really feel like the final night is still technically under a WWE umbrella, but they didn't call the shot, so we'll say it's 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Gross enough. I mean, we're there. Can't believe
and not
it.
90, like I said last week. I was off. I was trying to figure something else. I had the wrong number in my head. Whatever. Move on.
Numbers are hard.
They are. All right, Raw.
Raw, because there's no pay-per-view, thank God. Raw's in Washington, D.C. Well, we all know Lawler's gone. And fucking A, this is one of those things that I didn't realize, just like something else on this show that I didn't realize we were going to get to cover. Paul fucking Heyman's back on commentary with JR, says the cat, and he fucking goes right into it. No kayfabe, pal. He's like,
yep.
The cat was released and Lawler left with her. And Heyman just basically cuts up an ECW promo. And then the best part is JR goes, I don't know what I did to deserve this.
And they're a great duo. This is almost Heenan Monsoon to me, where like the
it's
one's
amped
being
up
so
Lawler.
Obnoxious.
Yeah, it's amped up Lawler. It's more current, edgy Lawler.
Well, Lawler
you get the
was just,
dynamic.
Puppies, huh? But he was never
that's what
a real
I'm saying,
heel.
Though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But this is heel, a heel and a face commentator. I like it.
Absolutely. Triple H and Stephanie come to the ring. Triple H cuts a promo about not gloating while he's gloating. Talks about watching the
We're
Rock
not going to protest.
We're not going to. Dude, I had to explain that to my kids. That was hilarious. Triple H talks about watching Rock and Austin's promo from the last Raw. And Rock said at Mania, the two biggest names will fight for the title. Well, I've been kicking the Rock's ass since he got here, and I just kicked Austin's ass. And I'm going to call someone to the ring and take him out of that match. So, Austin, get your ass out here. They do. Austin comes out. They brawl. Angle comes in. It's a 2-on-1. Rock makes a save. Regal shows up and tries to calm Angle down. Regal gets on the mic and says, don't worry. You'll get your revenge. It's going to be Angle and Triple H versus Austin and Rock tonight. And, dude, talk about the many things that I didn't think that we were going to see. Too Cool versus X-Pac and Just Incredible. Angle's still at ringside hot about what just happened. And he fucking takes out one of Too Cool before X-Pac Incredible even come out. And he hits an ankle lock to Scotty. And just fucking goes full-on mental. It is fucking great. We are there full bore Kurt Angle heel. Outstanding. We see Radicals earlier in the day. Saturn and Malenko are arguing about who's going to get an IC title shot. Eddie says it should be Benoit. He's our leader. And Benoit says, no, Eddie, you deserve it. So we get Eddie versus Jericho for the IC title. Benoit joins commentary. We get a ref bump because wrestling. And then Benoit gets to the top rope while both men are down. He's going to hit the flying headbutt. And he hits it to Eddie instead. Jericho retains. The Radicals come out to confront Benoit. He's like, fuck off, and just laughs maniacally with that busted-ass tooth walking down the ring.
See what I did to you? Think of what I'm going to do to my son.
Yeah. Murder-suicide.
Too soon.
Lita way too soon. Lita has a title match tonight. Matt doesn't want her to go down there by herself and tells Jeff, we got to go down with her. So we get Lita with the Hardys versus Ivory with Richards and Val Venus for the women's title. Hardys and right to censor fight off. Ivory retains. Matt gets mad at Jeff for not being there. Already sown the seeds there. Kevin Kelly's with Kurt Angle, and this is awesome because Kevin Kelly's like, how do you defend your actions? You may have broken his ankle. And Angle's like, may have. I heard a snap. I'd say the damn thing is broken, and you know what? It felt tremendous. I'm the best in the world, and I'll tell you what, right now, get the ambulance ready. Fuck yeah. Just fucking full tilt Angle heel. I love it. Taker and Kane versus Haku and Rikishi. Kane and Taker win pretty quick. And this, I feel like we've talked about this so much during the course of the Monday Night Wars, and we were never really sure if we were going to see it or not. And as soon as it started happening, I go, holy shit, we are going to see it. Mm-hmm. Trish arrives to the arena and her Ford Taurus. Cole stops her, and Trish says, I'm going to let everybody know how I feel. I'm going to do it right now in the ring. Sign sighting. Lita, show me your thong.
I mean, she already does, but...
She already does, but yeah, for real.
The lower half.
And Lita, yes.
The stank.
They call that the good half, the taint half.
It's
Trish,
good eye.
Trish asks for footage from last week to be played. And she says, down and dirty, just like the way you like it, Vince. Yeesh. Since you like doing things in public, I want you here right now because I got something to say to your face. And Trish calls Vince to the ring. He comes down, and Trish says, you know what? I have 2 words for you. Hair poo. No. She says, I have 2 words for you. And she goes, I'm sorry. I deserved it. I didn't mean to make you mad. And Trish gives her mic to Vince, even though Vince already has a mic. And Vince tosses it out of the ring. And you hear the thud, and then Vince stops, and he just looks over. He goes, next time, catch the damn mic when I throw it. Dude.
Yeah, that was off script.
That guy fucking got fired. I guarantee you that. He got fucking fired. Why are you sorry? Because you're not wearing a mink coat? Because you're not being gifted diamonds? You're not showing up in a limo? Just how sorry are you? Prove it, damn it! And bark like a dog.
Epstein Island.
You know, it's funny. His name hasn't shown up yet. Linda's did, but his didn't. I don't get it.
He signed in under her name.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously.
I'm using my wife's pass.
And then tells her to take her clothes off, and she gets to the bra. She's got it half off, and he stops her, and he puts his jacket over her, and Trish leaves. So, yeah, we got to witness it as part of the wars. Hooray for us.
Unfortunately.
Next, you get the Hardys versus the Dudleys for the tag titles. Christian interferes and takes out Devon. Matt hits a twist of fate, and the fucking Hardys win the tag titles. Yeah. And they're not going to have it for very long.
No, which sucks.
Because we all know if there's a fucking TLC match, Edge and Christian are going to win it. We get Regal with Vince. Somebody comes to the door. It's 2 midgets come in with Al Snow. And Al Snow is campaigning to be the commission. Vince does his line, I'll take it under advisement, but you're going to have to compete tonight. You're going to have a hardcore title match against Big Show. Al Snow. Al Show, Big Snow.
Al Big Show.
There you go. Steph is with Trish, and Steph has the upper hand now because Trish just fucking folded faster than Superman on laundry day. And Steph says, barking like a dog suits you well. Why don't you go get me some coffee? Okay, I'll go get you. No. You can't get it here. No, I want the double frappuccino McEat yourself. You're going to have to leave the arena to go get it.
Bark like a dog.
Arf, arf, a big dog. Hop on one leg.
Now like an orangutan.
I love how he breaks the fourth wall, too, and looks right at the camera. That's the best fucking part of that bit right there, is him looking at the camera.
That was the original reason we changed up our entire intro.
Fuck yeah, dude. Back to Regal. We should put that back in there. Back to Regal and Vince. Deborah comes in, and Vince is very excited to see her. And Deborah says, I'm going to resign as commissioner, y'all. I want to manage y'all. And Vince breaks the fourth wall and says, well, we do have a little bit of problem, and points at Deborah's finger. Not everyone knows this, but you're married to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, they fucking know now.
Had no clue back then. I was like, wow. Well, thanks for the heads up.
And you're going to need to clear it with Austin. So Deborah goes to see Austin, and he runs her down for talking to Vince and says, well, that's fine if you want to manage, but can we talk about it another time? I got a match tonight. She's like, okay. It's kind of scary to see this shit when you realize that Austin at this point in his career was like getting shit-faced as soon as he went home and basically beating Deborah.
Hell yeah. Not really. That's not what I meant.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no, we can pass on that one. Next, you get Snow vs. Snow for the hardcore title. Snow gets press slammed through 6 chairs. Big Show retains. Deborah's with Vince and Regal, and Vince says, I have an opportunity starting tonight. Are you in or are you out? And she says, I'm in. So next you get Angle and Triple H with Steph versus Austin and Rock. Vince comes out before the faces do and introduces Deborah, who they still have coming out to Jeff Jarrett's old music. That makes me... So Vince was so petty. He's like, fuck you. I'm using your old music for your ex-wife, you dumb bastard.
For your ex-wife? I never looked at it that way. I swear to God, that's actually really awesome.
It's fucking good and terrible.
In 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to do the you're fired.
Yeah.
But your ex gets some
double I.
Fucking awesome. I've never looked at it that way. That's actually really great. That is some petty shit.
Yeah. Well, that's Vince.
Good call.
Let's see. And Vince says, Deborah, you're going to be The Rock's manager. You see what he did there. Rock comes into the ring, runs down Vince for making that decision. Austin actually grabs Vince, and then Triple H attacks him. Vince heads off to the back. Deborah distracts the ref, but Austin had the pin on Angle, tells Deborah to get off the apron, then Rock takes the pin. And even Austin looked confused because only one of you was the legal man, so... Did it matter? It was just a bad way to sow a dissent between Deborah and Austin. So, good night, folks.
After these messages,
we'll be right back.
America's war on drugs has failed. Baltimore has been torn apart by drug-related violence. And now the violence is spreading. To the Players Theater this summer in The Wire the Musical.
WMD's right here. WMD's.
Omar coming.
Michael Kenneth Williams reprises his role as Omar.
Omar's coming.
Omar's coming.
Omar's coming. Omar's coming. Omar's coming.
When Omar go a-hunting, all the slingers shout my name. They ask me, Omar, yo, why you surviving this game? You gotta whistle, babe, before the shotty goes boom.
Featuring many of your favorite cast members and some fresh faces.
He's a bastard.
He's my partner.
Real police.
Absentee father.
I'm McNulty. Screwing Ronnie when I'm drunk, solving homicides with bunk Jimmy McNulty.
You're a real piece of work, McNulty.
What the frick did I do?
It's a family-friendly show. You'll see all your favorite characters, like Bubbles.
Come on, Bubs. My name's Bubs. I sniff for drugs. I gotta talk about surviving and get that power high above. Come on, Bubs, stop doing Bubs. Stop doing Bubs. Stop doing Bubs.
D'Angelo Barksdale.
Why y'all playing checkers on a chess set?
Because we don't understand chess.
It doesn't relate to our lives.
But don't you see?
Chess is a metaphor for drug deals. Avon is the king and we're the pawns. But the game don't change and the king will stay the king, while you and I will soon be dead and gone.
You'll see Snoop as you've never seen her before.
Man, this some Cinderella bullshit, man.
And Faison Love as Stringer Bell.
I hate 40-degree days.
Experience The Wire's realistic portrayal of America's decaying inner cities through the magic of song.
I'm just a burner, they can't trace me. Use me for drug deals, then replace me.
Mr. Little, you're a parasite leeching off the drug game.
Well, and you and I is exactly the same.
Excuse me, what?
You heard me, you disgrace. I got the shotgun, you got the briefcase.
You'll have the catchy songs stuck in your head all week.
There are complex problems inherent in the bureaucratic institutions of the state, but there's no one to blame. It's a vast array of personal interests that conflict in a way that undermines the overall system.
You'll experience all 5 seasons of one of television's densest shows in 90 minutes of musical magic.
I finally understand. The cops, the slingers, we're all the same. As we go through life, we all walk along the wire.
It's all in the game, but how long must we play?
The New York Times writes, I'm pretty sure David Simon doesn't know they're doing this, but if he did, he'd love it.
I need a hit. Y'all come on down to the Players Theater, or Omar gonna come to your house and put some lead in you. That's Fridays and Saturdays, and Sunday matinee.
The Wire the Musical. Tickets on sale now.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hey, Bubs, put down the drugs. Hey, Bub, put down the drugs. Imagine if that was a real musical. You'd see it. I'd watch it. I'd fucking go.
I'll just rewatch the show.
I'm McNulty. What the frick did I do?
What the frick did I do? All right. Now,
I'm so glad everybody was D'Angelo explaining chess and checkers. This is basically a drug deal. All right, sorry.
We'll go to Nitro. And again, we're just cutting right into the action. Rick Steiner's in the middle of a promo on Booker. So we get Booker T versus Rick Steiner for the U.S. title. Scott interferes. DQ. DDP makes the save. Scott cuts a promo on DDP. DDP comes back with Einsteiner again. And a new one, The Genetic Geek. And DDP says tonight it's going to be the Steiners versus DDP and Booker. Feel the bang. We get told by commentary that Flair has booked Jeff Jarrett versus Dusty Rhodes tonight. Next, you get your Cruiserweight Tag Title Tournament. It's Air Paris and AJ Styles versus Elix Skipper and it's Kid Romeo, the guy they did the vignette for last week. Hooray.
It's great to see a tournament heading into the final weeks.
Final weeks, yeah. And it's hilarious to see AJ Styles being so tiny.
Oh, yeah.
He did not. He was not hitting the gym or the creatine or the juice or whatever. Romeo gets the pin on Air Paris to win. Next, you get Lex Luger versus Sean O'Haire, because why not? Palumbo comes out, interferes, it's a DQ. Buff comes to the ring. They go after O'Haire's knee. But it's not a DQ, because even though there was blatant interference during the entire match, and it looked like the ref signaled to the fucking timekeeper to call for a DQ, no, the match goes on. O'Haire whiffs on a Shanton bomb, but still gets the pin. And then Buff hits a blockbuster to O'Haire post-match. Then, and again, the random crossovers we didn't realize we needed, Sean Stasiak's in a limo with Canyon. Canyon says he's going to pay a little quote-unquote visit to Miss Jones. And we see Smooth listening in on the conversation. And then Stasiak autographs a photo of himself and says, "Give this to Miss Jones." And then we see Smooth dialing somebody on the cell phone as he raises the barricade between the driver's seat and the back of the limo. We get Chavo cutting a promo talking to no one. They're still doing that off-camera viewing promo thing. I can't stand it. And then, yes, we get Jeff Jarrett versus Dusty Rhodes. Actually, no. Storm and Awesome jump Conan, and Hugh Morris makes a save backstage, just in case you wanted to know. Jeff Jarrett versus Dusty. Jarrett cuts a promo pre-match, and then we get somebody out with like a belly suit and a prosthetic mask. A really bad one.
I thought it was going to be Dustin.
Yeah, and it's a quick 3 count. Dustin comes out, and they start ripping the mask off. It's Flair. They double-team Dustin, and then Dusty Rhodes comes out and cuts a promo on Flair and Jeff Jarrett. A very long promo. Very long promo. Flair and Jarrett come back to the ring. They get taken out again, and Flair says, you know what? At Creed, the next pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view, it's going to be Flair and Jeff Jarrett versus the Rhodes. And if the Rhodes win, Dustin will be hired. I don't think that's going to work out very well, but okay. Yeah, so apparently, and I can't say I remember, apparently Dusty Rhodes is going to fight in the year 2001.
Not shocked. It's WCW.
Yeah. Next, we get Chavo versus Shane Helms. Helms is out dancing with the Nitro Girls. He's got new music and a new shtick. So, the Nitro Girls dancing at the top of the stage, and he's dancing with them. Kid Romeo and Elix Skipper come out. Helm keeps him at bay. Skipper and Romeo interfere, and Chavo gets the win. Then we see a scene from Days of Our Lives. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's not what it was. It was Canyon in scrubs. You know, scrubs like a nurse or a doctor or a surgeon would wear. And Miss Jones is in the hospital from the cutter that she ate last week. She's in a neck brace in a hospital bed, and we see a shot of somebody in the bed next to her who's in a full bodysuit. It's the cat, and the cat and Canyon end up brawling in the hospital room to the point where Cat uses the defibrillator pads to shock Canyon's ass, complete with terrible sound effects.
That should have at least bought him at least 6 more weeks of television.
Next, you get Mike Awesome versus Hugh Morris. Morris wins. Storm jumps Morris post-match, locks in a half crab. Conan makes the save. And our main event, thank God, Steiners versus Booker T and DDP. Scott and Booker fight to the back. Booker gets jumped by the Magnificent 22. DDP wins with a cutter out of nowhere. Scott Steiner jumps DDP post-match. Good night, folks.
To the movies. It is a 1994 sports classic. Came out in September of 94. A movie with Brendan Fraser. Some dickheads apparently like to make sure I say it. Albert Brooks, a classic comedian. Both, just sarcasm. His shit is just all time.
Quick sidetrack. One of my favorite episodes is an episode with Albert Brooks as a voice of a guest character. Outstanding.
On Simpsons?
Yep.
Okay. There's several movies I like of his. Actually, we're going to be doing one in a couple of weeks from now called Defending Your Life. But this one here, this is where Albert Brooks is a baseball scout. He works for the New York Yankees, and he's out there. And he had a guy that he just got on the mound that went for his very first debut. And it's, or obviously that's what a debut is, but his very first day on the mound for the Yankees. Tommy Lacey, he just starts throwing up on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
He's no good. And Albert actually has to drag him out of the bathroom just to even get him to the mound for the game. And they tell him, well, we're going to send you to Mexico to go look for the next big pitcher that we need. And he's looking for someone. The next Hank Aaron is what he likes to keep saying. And sees what is Steve, which is
Steve Nebraska.
Steve Nebraska. Playing in the Mexico League, and he is treated like a god. He comes in, he is
they bring him out on the fucking like they're
the Macho
him.
Man type thing.
Yeah.
There's no other way I could say it. The king type throne, right? You know. and basically throws, a perfect game no matter what, however he is. He throws 100 miles an hour every time, can hit switch-hitted, both sides. And it's funny because then he calls back to his agency or everybody over at New York Yankees, and they're like, yeah, well, you're fired. We don't need you. And he's like, that's fine. I got the next big thing, man. So
next Babe Ruth.
And he holds a big
like a tryout.
Audition.
Like a show.
Tryout, yeah.
Yeah.
Happens to be at Yankee Stadium, George Steinbrenner's home, and he's in the movie. There's a lot of big names that are in this movie, and I'll get to it soon. And what I love is that he gets there, and he's pitching first, and he strikes out Keith Hernandez, and then ends up homering off of Brett Sabergen. So just like big names. My favorite part is when he's in the middle of hitting, he hits right hand. He goes, do you guys mind if I switch to left? And he still hits home runs no matter what. And the Yankees end up getting him anyway for a big contract. But during the press conference, Steve flips out because a camera guy is in his face. And he's like, yo, you took like 1 million pictures, got in my face. And he picks the cameraman up, almost Lex Luger, the Luger Press torture racker, and starts holding the guy. Albert Brooks goes, put him down. And he does. But now the Yankees are like, yeah, he's going to need a mental evaluation before we can let him perform for the Yankees. Your last guy threw up on the mound. Let's make sure he's okay. The funniest thing is how Albert Brooks thinks he's just a sports guy. And he's looking through the phone book for a psychiatrist, and he goes, Dr. H. Aaron? He goes, oh, Hank Aaron, oh, that's the one. And he's like, Hammer and Hank. Turns out it's a female, and it's Diane West, which
Weist.
is...
You're fucking up all over the place. Weist. W-I-E-S-T.
It is Weist.
Get it right, fucker.
All right, well, how about this? S-U-C-K-M-Y-D-I-C-K. Did I get that all right? How's that?
Can I turn zoom on my fucking camera here real quick?
Sure, if you need to.
Gotta find it. Anyway.
What, a picture of her or her name?
Your dick. Let's get on with it.
Zoom. Enhance. Anyway. What I like is that he tells Steve Nebraska, it's kind of like a physical. Everything's going to be fine. And he gets into the psychiatrist's office and just drops his pants. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, you said it's like a physical. He's like, I was trying to ease his mind. But what's funny is he's working so hard to make sure this guy passes the mental exam of shit. Albert Brooks, or Al
Percolo.
He keeps interrupting and giving the answers. He's like, well, obviously Steve wants this or whatever. And then she's showing him photos like, what do you think this is? The black and white photos.
Rorschach test, yes.
Is that what? Okay, all right.
Yes.
And he has like very graphic, weird details every time. Like the funniest one is it's a funeral. You can totally tell it's a funeral, and the lady has her hand to her face. He goes, "Oh, she sneezed," but nobody's polite enough to say "God bless you." Like, but then it's just a father and son fishing. He's like, He's like staring at it, and Albert Brooks fishing. So he's deeply disturbed, and now he starts living with Albert Brooks, and Al Percola realizes he is under some shit. He starts throwing the fucking dishes at the paparazzi outside. Has his fucking screaming nightmares, all the shit. One of my favorite scenes is when he takes him out with, I don't know, some whore that likes him or whatever, and they go to see Tony Bennett. And Brendan Fraser starts singing Tony Bennett's song for, what was it? Kabir Roy. Hello. Yo, I'm getting a goddamn thing. Kabir Roy, would you like me to help you with your podcast? No, Kabir. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it just popped up. Leave me the fuck alone,
Not
Kabir.
today, ISIS. Not yesterday, not tomorrow.
Was it I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Yeah. But he's singing it in the crowd, and Tony's like, the fuck with this guy.
Yes. Hell yeah.
It's great because his pitches like throw a catcher backwards. I always
Right.
like that. You know what I mean? Like the complete throw backwards. But then here it is. He's only going to play if the New York Yankees make the World Series.
The World Series, yeah.
And he turns to, and it bothers me how he says it, believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you why. He looks at Brendan Frazier. I can't remember his name right now. Stephen Nebraska, and he goes, "It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it." He goes, "Al, you said I wasn't going to do it." He goes, "It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it." No bullshit. 2 hours. Oh, my chair did it again. That's like fucking quadruple time. Like 1 hour before my cancer surgery, the doc looked at me and he goes, "It's not cancer. Don't worry about it. We got it. It's good. It's not cancer." He did it the Albert Brooks way. "Don't worry. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Don't worry. It's a fucking long shot."
I've literally seen that movie.
I woke up with one ball and I was like, "Well, sir, I have a couple strikes left, but I'm down a ball." All right, good baseball reference outside of that. But they get to the fucking actual World Series game 1.
King Kong.
Nebraska's on the roof of Yankee Stadium. Old New York's Yankee Stadium, by the way.
Yes, the old one. Yes, the classic. Yes.
Ah, it's sad. And Albert Brooks turns it around. His boss, which is, I told you, the guy that's in, he's the boss, or I'm sorry, he's the lawyer prosecuting lawyer in My Cousin Vinny.
Lane Smith.
Yes. He's like, "What the hell is he doing on the roof?" And he's like, "He's going to come in through a helicopter." Yeah. And this guy's so smart on the fly, he's thinking of these things. And he's like, "King Kong would come in through a helicopter." But he tells Steve Nebraska, "Man, the worst thing that happens is you lose." And he's like, "Oh, that's it? Oh, I lose? Oh, well, these guys lose every night. They have no problem with it." And he's like, "Yeah, it's my fucking problem, man. Get down there. What is your issue?" Steve goes down, throws a goddamn perfect game, 81 consecutive strikeouts, hits 2 solo home runs, carried off the field, big Yankee style. It's a comedy movie, but honestly, it really, really, really touches deep on mental illness. I want to say, legitimately, before its time. Back in 94, people weren't like, mental illness. Like right now, people take that shit extremely serious. Back in 94, people were like, he's a loony. He just can't play baseball.
Yeah. Unfortunately, people nowadays would look at that movie and condemn it and probably say, "Oh, that's terrible. They're making light of mental illness and this and that."
I don't think they were at all. That actually made it real.
No, listen, I agree with you. I am on your side on this. I agree with you. But that's the fucked up world that we live in today, is that people would look at that shit and say that it's, derogatory towards people with mental illness without looking at the bigger picture. You understand what I'm saying? I'm with you. I agree with you that this, while it did bring humor to it, it validated that mental illness is a real thing and that you need support. And it was about somebody who didn't understand that and became somebody to support somebody with mental illness. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean...
100%. Yeah, Albert Brooks was not ready to do that, and he had to learn. And it's funny because she's like, he may see you as a father figure. He's like, "I feel like I'm his father already." She's like, "But you may be a father figure that he wants to put a bullet through." And then he closes the door. He's like, "How does he feel about his uncle?"
One of my favorite lines is in Nebraska. Steve Nebraska says to him, he goes, "Al, you're like a dad to me." And Al goes, "But I'm not your dad. I'm just a guy taking 15%. I thought it was 10.
15 and 10 at the start. 15 in the... That's the one on the roof, too. "But I'm not your dad. I'm just a guy taking 15%.
I thought it was 10.
You're right. I forgot about that line.
Now I do want to point out a plot hole here. I want to point out a plot hole.
All right.
One, I thought it was interesting because this was 94.
Yep.
Yankees won the series in 96. 95 is the first time they were in the playoffs since 78. And they lost on the wild card to Boston, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's not a plot hole. This is them.
That's not the plot hole. That's not the plot hole. I'm about to bring up the plot hole. I just brought that up as a side note. Sorry. Let me clarify. The plot hole is that Game 1 of the World Series is played in New York Yankees Stadium. If he was pitching, he would not be hitting. They were in the AL Stadium. So it would have been
right. It would have been a fucking...
A designated hitter.
You're right. Wow. Okay. Kind of impressive. Look at you talking about real shit.
Plot holes. Semantics.
I will say, we're saying like, people just say like it's mocking the mental illness or whatever. You watch Steve Nebraska, Brendan Frazier, whatever the fuck. When he is at that press conference and he is getting bombarded by the cameras, the way he keeps going, hell, 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 and it's not comedic. It is
it's real.
Urgent. It's scared.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parts of this movie. I don't think they're actually making fun of it. I think they actually brought a lot of realism to a lot of sports athletes that are out there that have had to shove shit down just to play the sport.
Sure. It's different now, I think, a little bit. But I feel like baseball's always the outlier, right? Because especially with football, college football is basically just the minor leagues for the NFL right now. So those players are typically used to it. The NHL doesn't get a ton of press, even in the big cities, so you don't have to worry about that. Basketball, I feel it's the same thing as football. But baseball, yeah, you could get drafted as a number 1 overall pick, and you're going to be in the minors for a few leagues. And if you went to college, if you grew up as a country bumpkin and you went to a college and a smaller college, but you get drafted number 1, you're playing in the minors, so you're playing in Scranton or fucking Schenectady or wherever, right?
Sure.
And then you get called up to New York City. Yes, that could be a really big fucking jump. Fuck, if you end up playing for fucking Milwaukee and end up with the Yankees and aren't used to it, you could fucking go through some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think baseball was the perfect backdrop. The interesting thing is that this movie was co-opted off an article in the New York Times called The Scout.
It was, yes. I did actually see that. Yep.
And they went through like a bunch of revisions. Like it was going to be almost a different movie. Like where this guy got like an experimental drug and the only other one that ever got it was Babe Ruth. That was one of the working premises.
They did that movie. It's called The Substance with Demi Moore, and it sucked.
I still haven't seen it. Oh, you said it sucked, huh? I'm still going to watch it.
Hang on. If it's a 2-hour movie, the first 90 minutes are everything you think is good. If it's a 90-minute movie, the first hour and 20 or hour and 10 is what you think it was. I'm saying the finale of this movie, whatever they caught as the go-home option for this, there was option A, B, C, and D, and they're like, how about we go for option J?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm still
I hated the fucking ending.
All right. Spoiler alert.
But it's funny because you mentioned about, just that enough. This movie only has a 31% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think
doesn't
sucks.
surprise me.
No, it doesn't, but yeah, it depends on who's really rating these. But I think it is a very decent sports comedy movie. It's a dramedy, but I think it kind of just fell through the cracks with so many other things that came out in 94. I mean, 94 was Shawshank, Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? Like, that was, yeah. People weren't like, ooh, The Scout.
I know, right?
But I'm a big fan of it. Again, I brought this one up because I've been in a little bit of a, what do you want to call it? A rabbit hole dive of Albert Brooks films. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about another Albert Brooks film. Let's see. Where is it going to be here? I'm going to move and I'm going to talk out loud, acting like I didn't do. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's going to be several weeks from now, but it's okay. Defending Your Life. Another great one that has him and Rip Torn, as well as Meryl Streep.
So, quick side note. Some movies from 1994. You talked about competition.
Mm-hmm.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
Stargate, which not necessarily your cup of tea. Leon the Professional.
Okay, yeah. I remember that one.
Another baseball movie, Little Big League.
Oh, shit. That one was sadly bigger than this one.
My Girl 2.
Oh, God.
Shawshank.
Damn. The one that was so much like Calendar Girl in so many non-ways.
Shawshank.
Yep.
Speed. Little Giants.
Damn.
Pulp Fiction. Major League 2. Clerks. Ace Ventura.
94 may be the best year ever.
Maverick. True Lies. The Crow, Blue Chips, and The Client.
Oh, The Client's great. Oh, God.
And Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Hokey dokey pokey dokey hokey karaoke. That's not how it's done. Yo, wow! I can't believe how many great films were in '94. That should just be a topic on its own. It's just 1994 movies. Holy shit!
When we go from the toe to the toe, we can go year by year.
I like standing toe to toe. Wow, it's a really good year, 94. Wow, so no wonder the Scout kind of fell really under a lot of things because there was a lot of good shit.
There's a lot of other sports movies that blew it out of the water. Little Giants.
Well, Little Big League, Little Giants. It's funny about Little Giants. I just read something the other day. Two things. One, in any other world, is Spike really a piece of shit? No. He's a kid who was born and bred to play the football game. His dad's trained him for it, and because of some stupid bullshit about where he lives, he has to play for a dog shit team that wears nothing but pads. You know, and he's like, this sucks. Why is Spike the bad guy? He's not. Also, why is Kevin, the older brother, Ed O'Neill, why is he the bad guy? This is what he's done all of his life. Why is
he's just more of a douchebag than anything?
He is, but also this is what he's done. And all of a sudden his little brother's like, I want to be a coach as well. Like, motherfucker, this is what I've been doing.
But it's Rick Moranis. Come on, you can't
I
hate
get
Rick
it.
Moranis.
I'm just saying. And his daughter Icebox is Michael from The Wire.
Oh, that's right. It's D'Angelo. Oh no, Michael. Yeah, that's right. It's Michael. My bad. Fuck it. Let's wrap.
No, but
this
I'm saying
up.
it is funny though that Ed O'Neill's tree is such a piece of shit, and it's like all he's doing is playing the sport that he's ever been doing, and he's like, this is my
the
thing.
best part is where he's going to tackle his wife, and she's holding up the couch cushion, and she moves. It goes through the window.
That's the other thing. I can't remember who it was that was talking about this video or this movie and talking about it, but his chewing.
The gum, yeah, he's always fucking chewing the gum.
But like hardcore chewing.
It's
and
like Sean McDermott clapping.
Yeah. And as his wife is holding him, he goes, down set. And hike. And she just moves out of the way. I fucking love it, man. It's great.
Outstanding. Let's save it because we're basically doing two movies for one here.
It's what we do, man. This is the Scout and Little Giants.
Non-wrestling 13 off on the break. And
hang on. Last thing I got to say. My favorite thing. Did I pass the fifth grade, Mrs. Blah, blah, blah? Wow, he passed him. Or you knocked him all the way back to the fifth grade.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Annexation of Puerto Rico is the best goddamn play. I don't give a fuck what you say. That and football's 80% mental and 20% physical. It doesn't make sense. And then you're eating on fucking like antacid shit.
Bruce Smith and Jim Kelly.
And Emmett Smith, right?
Maybe. Yeah. They were all in the prisoner bus.
I think Emmett's in that too.
Oh, no, that was something else. Yeah. No, that was Necessary Roughness that I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah, Jim Kelly was in this one. This one was
Bruce Smith. Was Bruce Smith. Emmett Smith. I'm thinking of Necessary Roughness with Scott Bakula, where he's the fucking old guy that goes back to college, and they end up scrimmaging the prison team. That's what Jim Kelly.
I ended up going back and watching this actually not too long ago.
Necessary Roughness?
Yes.
Got Kathy Ireland in it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Also, I went back not too long ago and watched Wildcats.
Oh, did you actually watch it?
Yeah, I looked for some boobies. And not just for that. I watched the movie, but I saw boobies.
Her Tic Tacs.
It was disappointing.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on there.
As soon as the scene was over, I turned the movie off.
It only took you 30 seconds.
You know, by the way, I have to say this right before I go. The most underlying, real quick joke in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation that no one really probably laughs at is, and she makes fun of my mom for waxing her upper lip. Your mom waxes her upper lip?
Doesn't show.
Doesn't show. As in the mustache is still right there. It's an underlying joke that I don't think people catch when you really think about it. And he goes, she does it? Huh. Doesn't show.
Doesn't show.
It's one of my favorite lines because it's the quietest underlying joke.
You can blow by it, yeah.
Doesn't show. And then they go right back to it. Well, we're the toe. It's the Top of Wrestling podcast. We're going to be back next week. We will be back next week talking about the top wasted AEW talents of all time. So, no, I don't mean Jeff Hardy at every show that he did. I mean people who have been wasted in the back, not on camera. Oh, that would have been TNA. Never mind. Anyway, so you got your Keith Lee, your Powerhouse Hobbs, even
Wardlow.
Ricky Starks, Wardlow. We got plenty of them. We're going to get into it next week, and I'm excited about that. And probably going to cry. But ladies and gentlemen, we are the Top of Wrestling podcast. I'm the Professor. I bid you farewell. He's ODM, and he's going to bid you farewell, y'all, with his final thoughts of the week.
Thanks, y'all. So, man, what a fucking show this has been. We were talking about Albert Brooks, and I mentioned he's in one of my favorite Simpsons episodes. I've been going through some shit, just trying to clean some shit up the other day, and I found my fucking Simpsons reference manuals here. Don't even know if you're going to be able to see it on camera with the background, but basically I have a book. That ain't going to work. I have a book that basically outlines every Simpsons episode. And right now I have the one that Albert Brooks was in. It's called You Only Move Twice. It's episode 3F23, aired on November 3rd, 1996. Basically, Homer gets a job at the Globex Corporation, and it ends up turning out to be a front for basically a Bond villain. And Albert Brooks is the head of this corporation and is basically the Bond villain. And I'm not going to read everything from this. There's a lot of great quotes in here. There's the whole hammock scene, which I won't bore you with, but he actually gets Scorpio to buy Tom Landry's hat for him so he can motivate his employees. Homer can motivate his employees. And at one point he's talking to Hank Scorpio, which is Albert Brooks. Homer is, and Albert Brooks asks him, what's your dream? He's like, one day I kind of hope to own the Dallas Cowboys. And at the end of the episode, basically it's a Bond. It's like the villains are fighting the good guys. The good guys are invading. There's this massive battle, and Homer comes in to tell Scorpio that he quits. And if you could kill somebody on your way out, I'd really appreciate it. And Homer leaves, and they get back home, and they kick out the squatters. And he finds a note, and it's from Hank Scorpio, who's taken over the East Coast, apparently. And it says, it's like, hey, Homer, I just want to thank you for being an employee, and I want to tell you, keep chasing that dream of yours, and I'm going to help you out here. It's not the Dallas Cowboys, but it's a start. And they pan out, and it's the Denver Broncos. And Homer goes, oh, the Denver Broncos. And Marge goes, what's wrong with that? I don't have time to explain football to you. The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM The Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
Yo, I thought of something. Here's another thing that's even better for our show, and I cannot wait. We're going to have to incorporate it somehow. When you do the abbreviation of our show, what do you type?
Capital T, lowercase o, capital W.
All right. And when we change?
Toe. Hell yeah, suck toes. Welcome to Pop Copy. Can I help you?
We don't mind sucking on toes. Good luck finding a boyfriend who sucks toes. I thought it the other day. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to start writing the TOE.
The toe.
The toe. Yo,
it's honestly, toe now, though. If you read it, it's toe.
I like it. Oh, it is toe. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
It does go toe to toe. It goes toe to toe. Oh my God. Fuck. I don't even want to record today. That's it. We're done.
We're done.
Just
Show's
doing
over.
One hidden track.